Hi, and welcome back to the marathon. Excuse me. I seem to have lost my mind. Has anybody found it? I am so sorry, but welcome back to the marathon benefiting No Kid Hungry. Up next, we have Zojalyx. Oh, I am so sorry I did not get your name pronunciation before we started. Could you pronounce that for me, please?
Yep, you had that right, Zojalyx.
Joselix. Thank you. Uh, We are now ready for the Lord of the Rings run, and we can start off whenever you're ready.
All right. What is up, everybody? My name is Zojalyx. I am a Lord of the Rings speedrunner as well as a freelance esports caster. So I'm really excited to be able to show off Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. This has been my main speed game for like the longest time. I have been running this game since 2018, and I have pretty much I have every single world record on hardware. The only world records I don't have are the ones that either don't have runs in them or they're on emulator. So before we get started, I just want to give one final check to anybody who wants to snipe the bid war, because this is going to be the time where it will be closing. So which of the three characters are we going to be playing as?
Looks like we will be playing as Gimli.
Gimli. All right. So Gimli is who we like to call Mr. Jank. For some reason, the developers just kind of decided to forget about his hitboxes, and it's really, really funny. So what we're going to be doing right away at the start of this is, before we actually get into the run, I am going ahead and I'm loading into an already completed file and saving and quitting. What this is going to allow us to do is it will allow us to skip all of the FMV cutscenes throughout the run. And then we're also loading into this file because these two levels you don't play as Gimli, that are the first two levels. So we don't actually have those, so we plan an already completed file as Gimli that will allow us to start right away as Gimli, and helps to save about like 5 minutes in total ish, somewhere around there, in comparison to Aragorn. It's why Legolas is at like a 43 and Aragorn is at a 47. Gimli is at a 48, even though with his longest time save, he still is the most janky out of the characters. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started here. Once I hit continue in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so whoops, I forgot to mute my sound effects on that. I'm just gonna take those off real quick. I apologize. All right, so this is the Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. Basically, this is a action RPG hack and slash game that was developed in 2002. It was originally developed for PS2 by Stormfront Studios, and then it was ported over to Xbox by Hypnos Entertainment. So what we're going to be doing immediately here is grabbing an EXP pickup, because we're going to need to get Gimli to level 2 by the end of this level. So what we're going to do, what you're going to be seeing a lot throughout this run is a lot of tight lines and very specific pathing to be able to get to very specific points faster. We want to be able to avoid enemies, and we want to be able to avoid enemies and obviously take the shortest path. So hopefully this will work out well for us. This game is... So I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to say it right now. A few weeks ago, I was watching... Spike Vegeta actually was playing this game, and he really, really struggled. He was doing a semi-blind race. I have now made it like a personal mission. I adore Spike. I absolutely love Spike, but... I'm going to make it my own personal mission to try and change his opinion, which is going to be really hard to do. But that's kind of a goal that I have, because I love this game, and it is actually, in my opinion, a really well-made video game. It is just really hard to get started playing if you don't really know what to look for. So anyways, we are going to be avoiding the water for a lot of this, because if you're in the water, you actually move at a much slower pace. And, oh geez, we are getting bullied, but that's okay. But once you are in the water, you can actually turn around and jump backwards, which is going to allow you to go faster than it would be to just walk through the water like it would have you do. So this is the Watcher in the water fight. There's not really too much about this fight. This is a very RNG. This is a pretty RNG heavy fight because it all depends on how fast the tentacles come up and hit you, how good you are at parrying them, and then how you just hit them. There's really no way to speed this fight up other than just be good at the game. It's just one more hit, we get him right as he comes back up, and that's the end of it. So that's the end of the fight. Really, like, it's a really straightforward, like I said, nothing really too crazy. And that will actually end the level Gates of Moria. And at the end of each level, we have a little bit of time where it will then tally up our EXP and will tell us sort of what various abilities we can level up. The only ability we are going to be getting right away in this level is going to be Dwarven Fury. There is another ability that we can get called this Balan Swift Terror. We're not going to be getting it because it really is not that much, like, not that useful in this category, whereas it actually becomes a much more useful ability with other characters. Gimli, because his attacks are just designed in a very awkward way, the main attack we're going to be using is going to be his Fierce Attack. And because his Fierce Attack one-shots a good majority of enemies, I think the only enemies it doesn't one-shot are trolls and berserkers. So in Balan's Tomb, this is a really awkward level for Gimli. A lot of levels are going to be awkward, but this one is especially awkward because Gimli is a character that we can't do the normal strat because it ends up actually being, like, the strat that we're used to doing ends up being significantly slower. Whereas if with the strat that we will be doing, we're going to be just basically wailing on as many goblins as we possibly can. Now, there are a few methods to how we are going to be doing this. We use the Fierce Attack, and then I can actually cancel out of any attack except for a charge attack, which I'll talk about when it actually becomes a lot more relevant, with a jump back animation. And I just press the Z button and I jump back and I'm good to go. It's a really nice way of, like, ensuring that you're not getting hit or beaten up by a lot of enemies, because you can just be like, oh crap, I'm in danger, and you can jump out. Another animation cancel that we can do is we can do a parry animation cancel. With Gimli, it's not the most effective because Gimli's animations are just super slow, and so it can be a little awkward to get the optimal parry cancels for him. That's what I was initially trying to route in, but it ended up becoming a lot more painful than actually kind of useful. We're gonna be this whole section is an awkward level, is a really fun section. It's spending a lot of time just fighting goblins. This area actually speeds up the more goblins you're able to kill. So now we're gonna be fighting a troll. We're gonna go for a quick troll quick kill. So I'm gonna get blocked by a goblin corpse. I'm gonna hit him twice with my regular. And then I'm gonna do a... Oh, that is bad. That goblin hit made that really awkward. Okay, I didn't quite get it, but we still got the first phase pretty quickly. And then we're just gonna sit here and we're gonna throw our hatchets at him. I have to make sure I'm standing in, like, a good enough spot where when he whips, he'll hit the pillar, but I can still throw my hatchets at him. And it should just be one more charged one, and that'll kill him. So now we're going to be going into Amon Hen, which is arguably the hardest level in the entire run for Gimli. There are a lot of ways where this is a
Frodo carries the
I'm trying to think here as to there's a lot of ways that enemies can really mess you up because the Uruk-hai that are in this level have this overhead swinging ability that you'll see a lot, and when they use it, if I get hit by it, I will immediately get knocked down. And right now, as Gimli, I don't have any good abilities to help me get back up if I get knocked down. So, and another thing too with that ability is it gives the Uruk-hai super armor. So they can't actually take any damage until they have completed that animation. But as you can see, I'm getting my butt handed to me. And that's just normal for this area. So the gimmick with this level is you can see up in the top right corner there's an Uruk-hai counter. We have to take out that many enemies before that Frodo meter drains. And if that Frodo meter drains... Oh. I've never had a fire pit there before. Interesting. But if that Frodo meter drains before I kill all of the enemies, then I will fail the level. Thankfully, because we're speedrunners, it's not that big of a deal, and we can just whack enemies with our fierce attack and well, go fast. As the goal of said speedrun would be. So we're gonna beat him up. Okay, now we're gonna be good to move on. So the trick with this level is finding those areas where, like, I'm trying to figure out how to balance between getting a lot of kills and, like, getting a lot of kills but still trying to move through the world. It can be pretty difficult to balance that kind of thing just because there are some areas that have a lot more enemies, but at the same time, like, you don't want to just run to the very end and oh, that was really unfortunate. You don't want to just, like, run to the very end and clump all the enemies together, because they will take a long time to spawn before you're actually able to kill any of them. Oop, I'm gonna dodge that. And we're gonna move forward, and I'm just gonna let my friends take out those guys, no biggie. And get ourselves here onto the bridge. And then the only time I'm ever gonna really break into oh gosh. The only time I'm ever gonna break into my speed attack is if I need to, like, take out a bunch of enemies, because there's such a wide swinging arc on it that it actually allows me to take out, like, knock around a few enemies and keep myself from really taking damage. Alright, so now we're going to be going into the Lurtz fight here. Lurtz is a pretty hard boss, but he does have a really cool quick kill strat that I'm going to hopefully be able to show off here. It's a strat that I discovered and created. And so what we're going to do is in his first phase, we're just going to chuck our hatchets at him. We have to throw 4 of them and in order to advance this phase. And then to kill Lurtz, we're going to run up to him, parry his attack. Oh, well, that did not go well. This is bad. Okay. Okay, I saved it. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, I need to get him over to a statue here. Okay, and then I just do 2 charge attacks, and that'll kill him. I got a little out of control because Gimli's attack range is just so awkward that it can be kind of difficult to adjust, but it ended up being okay. And now we have leveled up to level 4. So then we can go ahead and we can grab Might of Iron, and then we can pop back up here and buy Rising Attack. Oop, that was a really awkward menu. Rising Attack will allow us to, if we ever get knocked down, we can then get right back up by just spamming A, and he'll get back up and actually do an attack. It gives us a recovery option that's available. So it can be a little hard to... It's nice to have it because it gives us a little bit of safety. This game is definitely not as easy as it looks. I have 71 submitted runs on speedrun.com of this game, and this doesn't even include the many hours I put playing this game as a kid on my PS2 copy. So, one thing I didn't mention early at the start of the run with that cutscene skip glitch thing that we did, that is something that is GameCube exclusive. That is why we play on the GameCube version of this game. Backwards compatible PS3 and Xbox are not able to skip the FMV cutscenes with that by loading that already completed save file. So here's a wood troll. We're going to hit him once. We're going to spin attack, and then we're going to get whacked by him, but that's fine. And finish him off. So yeah, this is a game, like I said, I've been playing it since 2018. I was actually the first person to dive into running the other characters. For a long time, the only category that was ever touched was Aragorn on easy, and then I decided to kind of mess around with it after I got myself a decently respectable time in Aragorn, and was like, hey, I have ADHD, other characters looks fun. And so then I started running as Legolas, which was super fun. Legolas is still super fun. Honestly, every single character has some different things that make them fun. And it all, like, what you're looking for in the character, what you're looking for in a speedrun is going to determine what kind of character that I would recommend. If you're wanting something that's a little bit more janky, then Gimli is a great addition to have. Oh, I definitely should have dodged that, but... Oh, no. Yep. That works. That was awkward as heck, but it works. And then if you're wanting something that's really, really smooth and precise, Aragorn is 100% the area to go. His swordplay and everything is just so satisfying. And if you're wanting overpowered Bogo Burr, Legolas is your boy. His late game is easily the easiest to do, just because his bow gets so busted at the end. It is so much fun to use. And then this fight is the Horde fight. The goblins are the only enemies that actually matter in this fight. So I'm like trying to focus on them. Really? There's still more? Oh, ow. Yes, actually, I have speedran War in the North. I'm actually the world record holder for both single player and co-op for any % new game. I have been debating about getting into New Game Plus, but it honestly is such a struggle to get a file set up, and I'm lazy. I have done a few runs of the Third Age, but it has been a long time. Wow, these trolls are just... I don't like this Beyblade being here. Okay, I am now in the process of winging it. this fight has turned a very unexpected way. But we made it through, and we didn't die, so that's what matters. Yeah, if you guys have any questions in chat, feel free to put them in there. I love answering questions.
The White Wizard.
So yeah, put any questions that you have in chat. But yeah, I speedrun pretty much any Lord of the Rings game that's out there right now. I speedrun this, I speedrun Two Towers, The Third Age, War in the North, Shadow of Mordor. I haven't speedrun Battle for Middle-earth in a long time, but I have done runs of that. So yeah, I've done a lot of different runs for Lord of the Rings, and it's super fun. The Lord of the Rings series is definitely my home, and whereas like right now, I'm not really gonna be focusing on like world record grinding as a whole. I'm still gonna be doing fun speedruns of Lord of the Rings games, just because that's gonna be a home for me. The only game I'm really gonna be pushing for right now is gonna be Gollum. Which also, for those who are interested in speedrunning Gollum, we do actually have a Gollum Discord available, and are already kind of talking about what some of the routes and stuff are going to look like. Ooh, hi Rycon, I see you in chat. When is my Shadow of War run? My Shadow of War run is going to be when I can find a run that I can use, when I sit down and I make notes of everything, which is time. I'm very lazy. Okay. Well, I can do that. That works. It's not the most optimal way to do that, but hey, it works. Gollum will have a game that will be coming out at the end of May. It is brand new, and I pre-ordered it, and I don't pre-order games often. So the fact that I pre-ordered this one, it says something about how excited I am for it. Alright, so this firefight here is like uber janky. Because we don't have, like, now we're at a point where our fierce attacks don't one-shot enemies with these armored Urukai. So we have to, like, oh, what? So we have to, like, do this in a very specific way. Okay, wow, that Berserker died real fast. There are a lot of specific ways that he has to do it. Gollum doesn't seem like the character you'd want to play as. He actually has such a unique story between the events of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and that's what has me the most interested, honestly, is what that lore is going to look like. It's going to be super... I think it's going to be overall a really, really, really interesting game. To be able to explore just an untold story, or like a story that we only... Ah, shoot. How did he not die from that? Okay, that's cool. So in this fight, as I'm reacting to everything... Ow. In this fight, there's that second meter there that's draining. We have to get, like, save the people from the fire before that meter drains. Which, it's really easy to do it. And just always just try and kill all of the enemies first. So that way then we can get it through here.
You still have work to do. I will come back to you at the turn of the tide.
But that's Plains of Rohan. Overall, it actually went pretty well. Some little hiccups here and there, but honestly, in a character, in a run as awkward as Gimli is, that really is just kind of about as good as it gets. Yes, actually, I do. So I do have a YouTube channel where all of my speedruns are on there, so if you want to check out, like, all my War in the North runs, all of the Two Towers world records are all on there. So definitely go check out my YouTube. The run that I highly, highly, highly recommend you check out is the Aragorn world record for this game. It is 47 to 57. I am the only one who has gotten a 47, and that was hands down the greatest speedrun of my entire speedrunning career. Also, one nice thing about using the charge attack is it grants us iframes. So normally these explosives would just absolutely demolish your health. Gimli can do a pretty good job at just tanking through them by spin attacking everything. So we're going to be doing a lot of that in this level because explosives are everywhere. As the other characters, there's actually pretty high risk of death. As Gimli, it is not nearly as high of a risk because of his spinning attack. So the pathing on this that we take too is also very specific, because as you can see, I was able to just run through that group of enemies and it didn't even matter. Oh, that's right. That is a really... Oop! Oh, wow, that parry was still going. That kind of surprises me. See, if I wasn't in a marathon, I would just, like, hit it and hope that it worked. So the fact that I've been able to just keep going is actually really huge. This run's actually been pretty decent so far for a Gimli run. Gimli is definitely the character that probably needs the most TLC in terms of his optimizations. Like, we found a few strats for him, but he is still easily the most unoptimized character just because he's so different from the other two that it takes such a... Finding the strats, the runners that are really good at Aragorn and Legolas just don't really have the right mindset to find good strats for him, because we're trying to do things that are more like Aragorn and Legolas, and we just aren't able to do that. So we finished up Westfold. We only actually have 4 more levels left in the run, and you're probably like, wait, what the heck? How do you have 4 levels left in the run and we're only 24 minutes in? Well, the last 3 levels in the run are actually super, super long. And we're going to be starting out with Gap of Rohan. Gap of Rohan is a level... It's the shortest level in this particular category. The shortest level in the entire game is actually Weathertop and Aragorn. But not really that important. For this level, we're going to be fighting 2 wargs here right away, and we're going to be using our Dwarven Fury here. We're just going to wait for him to rush us. We release it. We let our friends take out the other guy. We are good to go. We proceed to the end.
Make them fear the wolves of Isengard.
And now we're going to be fighting Big Boss Man Sharku. This fight is... Oh gosh, I started moving my stick too early. So this is an awkward... Oh, that's not good that he juked me like that. Okay, I'm kind of winging it now. Ah, he hit me. Dang it. This is another one of the drawbacks of Gimli. This is why, like... This is another reason why a lot of runners don't run Gimli, because we love the speed of the ranged attacks for the other characters, and Gimli just doesn't have that. So it makes a lot of attacks very, very awkward. So here... Oh, this is actually not going to even one... Oh no, it'll one cycle. We're good, we're good. Whew, had me scared there for a second. And I'm going to come down here. I'm going to buy Rune of Protection. So that will set us up then as we get into the final 3 levels of the game. With the first of these final 3 is an 8.5 minute auto scroller. This is the biggest drawback in this run. Up in the top right corner, there is this meter of or of ladders, and as that meter fills, where it's currently black, if that fills up, then we will fail the mission because essentially our wall is going to be overran by orcs. The goal of this auto-scroller is to kill as little enemies as possible. We're still going to be grabbing some EXP pickups, so that way we can still hopefully get a few more things available for us for the final level in the game. But the goal of this is to just run around, keep kicking down ladders, and let all of our friends take out the enemies, and kick down ladders fast enough so that way more enemies don't spawn on top of the wall. And we're going to be doing this for 8 minutes because the developers wanted to give you this feeling that this battle just never ends. And it definitely feels like it in this level. Because really the only thing we can do is run around and kick down ladders. So, this would be a great time, guys, because I know that we have some incentives that we have not hit. Get your donations in for those incentives right now, and then when you do get those incentives in, donate for, like, I know there's a Super Mario Bros. 2 incentive, I think is the next one of them that's coming up. Get your donations in because, A, the incentives are really cool, and then, B, you're benefiting a really good cause, and I'm seeing that a lot of you guys in chat have, like, Lord of the Rings memories, so post your Lord of the Rings memories in your donations, and yeah, so host, if you have anything to read right now, go ahead and take it away for a little bit. I'm going to give my poor voice a break, and kick down ladders.
Okay, thank you. No Kid Hungry is a charity dedicated to providing meals for children in need, as well as supporting food banks and community groups that serve the areas that need it most. They provide emergency grants and expert guidance to school and local community groups to help feed kids. Some of the incentives we have coming up: the new Super Mario Bros. 2 upgrade to all castles. We are currently at $20 out of the $40 needed for that one. Blood Will Tell, Tezuka Usamu's Dororo, Bid War English or Japanese version. It's tied at 0. So if you would like to see either language specifically, get your donations in for that and mention that incentive. One of the big ones we have coming up, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Bid War between 3 houses. Right now it's $20 for Azure Moon, Blue Lions, 0 for Crimson Flower / Black Eagles, and 0 for Verdant Wind / Golden Deer. We also have, that run is going to be tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The Super Mario Bros. 2 run is at 1:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Blood Will Tell is at 2:10. Those are the next few incentives coming up. And along with those games, and we're looking at, we also have a list of prizes.
Ooh.
That, oh yeah. I had it up and I lost it.
Oh no!
Yes, you could go to speedgaming.org/prizes to see the prizes. We have, let's see here, where are we at? We have the EverDrive Gigabit ×5 flash cart for Game Boy that ends in about half an hour. We also have a Super Retro Port USB adapter for SNES controller. I actually have one of these. They're pretty cool. That one ends, the prize is open until 4 p.m. tomorrow. We also have a set of 2 Mega Man Perlers that ends tomorrow at 9 p.m. Those are the next few that are coming up. Let me refresh my donation page. Do we have any more donations? Oh, not yet. So please, get your donations in and tell us your Lord of the Rings stories. I'd love to read them.
Yes, chat, I want to see those. And if you guys have been watching this, I've been seeing a lot of love for this game because a lot of people grew up with childhood memories of this game. Honestly, chat, my biggest goal right now with this game is I want to get more runners. If you're interested in checking out this game, I have made 4 different tutorials, I think. Let's see. I made an Aragorn tutorial. I made a basic mechanics tutorial. Actually, I've made 2 different Aragorn tutorials. I have made a basic mechanics tutorial as well as like an enemy guide, and then I made a Legolas guide. So there are a lot of guides that are available for this game, and honestly, the resources are pretty amazing. This isn't just me saying this as like I made them, so they're great. I know that it can definitely come off that way, but it's a lot of so for the longest time. Just to kind of give some backlight, the biggest time that was coveted in this game, specifically in the Aragorn category, was the first ever sub 50-minute time. And when it happened, it was a rivalry between me and another runner named 7swagmuffin7. And it took me from 2018 till March of 2020 to be able to get that time. The world record when I started running the game was 52 minutes and 56 seconds. And so to be able to now say that we have the sub 50-minute time is crazy. The fact they're at 47 is even insane. But the biggest thing that changed is that changed is we discovered a lot of different things, and a lot of like small things. There really haven't been any major discoveries since I first got world record with a time of like 52:30. Oh, I could die. I need to be careful here. Okay, I'm just gonna grab that for safety because I only have 30 seconds left in this auto scroller. But anyways, so yeah, we've developed a lot of resources, and now we have 3 runners, including myself, that have a sub 50-minute time, and a bunch of runners who have gotten super close already. So it's like actually crazy as to how fast runners are becoming. Like, a time that took me 2 years to get is now taking a good chunk of runners a couple of months, and it seriously blows my mind. So the accessibility in this game is there. We have console and emulator split, so if you don't have access to a GameCube, you can still run this on Dolphin really easily. So it is really simple to get into this game. We also do have racing that is available. Right now we're just a small community of about 2 or 3 active runners. And so we'll race this game pretty often, which is super, super fun. So if you're into game racing, I actually have even wanted to put out a tournament. We just don't quite have enough runners to be able to do a tournament for this game. But we'll get there. We'll get there, I believe. So we finished now Deeping Wall, and we're going to go into the level where all runs go to die, which is Breached Wall. And the reason why Breached Wall is a level where all runs go to die is because it is very, very, very focused on how well can you manage enemies. The explosive enemies, not really that big of a thing to be nervous about. The biggest thing that we have to do is... Okay, should be good. We have to make sure that we're able to kill enemies quickly. So, obviously that's important. And it can be really difficult because enemies are random. So, you definitely want to be paying attention to the enemies. This is actually a level that's going to be longer than our auto-scroller even. And it's going to feel like an auto-scroller, but it actually isn't. This is where a lot of time can be lost because it is all focused on how fast can you kill enemies. So here now we've got other enemies that are spawning, so we're going to be using a lot of various attacks to be able to take them out. One of the things you'll be seeing me try to utilize a lot are the explosive sappers. because they can take out like massive clumps of enemies and take out waves really quickly. I think one guy got behind me, so I'm gonna try and run back and take him out here. So here, I'm gonna wait to blow up. Ooh, that sapper did not really cooperate, so I can take it out. Actually, when this sapper comes closer, throw it. That'll take out a good chunk of enemies. And then take out this Beyblade here. This is actually going extraordinarily well at the start, which kind of makes me nervous for the end. But we're just going to be utilizing our charge attack here because it will take out enemies quickly, and you can see it's actually can sometimes be more effective than our spin attack here. So, got this guy because sometimes waves don't spawn until all enemies are cleared off. That spin attack did not really go too fantastic, but I can still make it work here with another one. And I just use my hatchets to take out these other sappers. Okay, that went interesting. They pathed so weird. Kind of wait. Oh, that did not go as planned. These guys are like, there we go. Alright, blow them up. What the heck? Why did a bunch of guys just explode in the back? I don't know if I've ever seen that happen before. Like, what? Ow. No. Okay. Should be pretty close. Okay. So, we're actually getting close to the end of this first section of this level. We kind of just have to take out this clump of enemies here. Which actually what I'm going to try and do is keep them as close to me as possible, so that way I can sapper explode them. Doesn't look like that's going to be working out too great in my favor, but I can still just spin attack to clean. Oh, this is... Okay, that's working. That's actually working decently. Okay, so that section went extraordinarily well. Was not expecting that to go as well as it did. I'm actually kind of blown. Just gonna take out this berserker. And yeah, this breached wall is actually going extraordinarily well, so I actually have like no complaints right now. These archers are probably going to be a little obnoxious, so I'm going to try and take some of them out. Oh, that's right, I have to be that, and then whack him. Then I want to kind of like keep this sapper alive. I kind of want to like push him in a specific area. And he blew up. That's not good. But yeah, so this breach wall is going really well. And we're actually at the very end of it, which is where we have to destroy this catapult. We have to do that quickly, and it can be really, really difficult to do that. So we'll see how it goes. I'm honestly going to play this a little bit differently than I normally would. I'm just going to run straight through all the enemies and just not really care. Oh gosh. I got like kind of pinned there. Oh no! Okay. So I'm just going to sit here and just kind of spam this attack, which It feels slow, but I guarantee you it is faster than what the other method would be. Oh, this fire. Okay, we're fine. Then we're just going to be standing here, making sure that this... Okay, he got burned alive, so that's good. Ow. Oh, stop it. And that finishes the level.
Do we have time for a donation or two?
Yeah, now is actually a really good time for a donation.
We have 6206 from Sorcerer Finch. There's no message, but thank you very much for your support. We also have $20 from Holiday Lemon. It says, great memories of playing the Lord of the Rings games. Excited I got home in time to see this speedrun.
Yo, awesome. Thank you guys so much for the donations. If you guys are interested, again, if you guys want to watch more of this, I speedrun this game pretty often. Like I said, I'm not really focusing too much on world record grinds, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be speedrunning this game that much. Like, this game is still, like, so near and dear to my heart, and I am, like, very, very determined to run this game at GDQ at some point. So, continue. So, if you like this game, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Zojalyx. Also, if you guys are in need, this is going to be the plug I'm also going to give here. If you guys are in need of any casting for any esports events, speedrunning included, I am a freelance caster. I give really good play-by-plays, been doing it since 2019. Absolutely love it, and that's like where my heart and soul comes in for like anything esports related is casting. So this is the final level of the game, and what we are going to be doing in this level is we are going to be killing a lot of enemies. So there's this gate here that we have to protect, and we're going to be doing it exactly as you would expect with our wonderful fierce attack, or as I call it, spin to freaking win. Because Gimli, he spins around in his fierce attack animation, so he literally spins to win, and it's amazing. This is, again, where we kind of have to worry about some janky hitboxes sometimes. Sometimes, too, I'm going to be using my charge attack just because it can kill things like these shield guys a little bit faster. Okay, that's decent. Got him. What we were waiting for is we're waiting for this cutscene where we're gonna see Legolas, which it will be coming at like any second here. Would love for it to come like soon. Theoretically, like, I don't know, right now, at some point. It's always one of those things where like, we never really know when it comes because we don't really know exactly like what enemy is the trigger for it. There are just times where it'll come really quickly, we don't know why, other times where it'll come really slowly. This level is the biggest mystery in this entire game. So now what we're going to be doing is I'm actually going to be going for a cutscene skip here. I'm going to be running up, I'm going to kill this captain, and then I'm going to kill one more Urukai. Now that I've done that, I'm just going to leave. Ooh, that... No. Stop it. You are going to make it harder for me to get this trick. And we're just going to let Legolas take this guy out. And then, so we've ran past what normally would be a cutscene trigger. And then I'm going to come over here, and I'm actually going to throw a hatchet up. Oh, that didn't kill him, so that means I'm going to have to throw another one. There we go. So, I throw a hatchet up there. That will then kill that Urukai, and will then cause these Urukai here to spawn, which normally you would have to watch a cutscene before they actually spawn. And this way, we can skip that cutscene. And I think that's actually the first time I've ever done it in a run, because with the way that Gimli works, if the Urukai are not spaced properly, it can actually cause you to kill the other Uruks a lot. Wow, I'm getting some really good spawns here. It actually caused the other Uruks to die too quickly, and if they die too quickly, then you can't get past the trigger in time. So that's archers on the wall. That signifies where the next place that we go, which is where we're going to come over here, and we're going to be throwing our hatchets at these guys. Oh, don't be that guy. Oh, don't be that guy, mister. And we're going to be throwing at archers until we hear Aragorn tell us to come down. Okay, cool. Ow. So that's done. We're going to be focusing on the berserkers, or attempting to. Be a little difficult since berserkers are almost, if not more trolly than actual trolls, because they like can actually like kind of think. But we just need to cut through them. Well, that's been attacked. Alright, so time is going to be coming up here really quickly. I just have to kill these two trolls, and then that will be time. Overall, I'm actually really, really happy with this run. So, no complaints here from me at all. Let's see how... Oof, okay. No! He ran away from me! That jerk! Ah! Where is he going? I've never seen the troll run way over there before. And time. So, holy cow, that was insane. That was 13 seconds off of world record. So, that was a really good run for Gimli. I am very, very, very happy to get that run in a marathon. That came with quite a few golds, so no complaints here at all. But yeah, that was Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, Gimli on easy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you would like to see more Two Towers runs, feel free to follow me on Twitch. If you're interested in running this game, please check out our Discord. We have a lot of amazing people in our Discord. We'd love to be able to help out new runners and start racing with us. Races are super fun and get us to the point where we can get a tournament going that, hey, we could even see SpeedGaming be a part of. So you definitely want, if you want more of that, start running this game. I would love to be able to build up our community and show off just how more and more amazing that this game is. So, yeah. After all in all, that'll do it for me. My name is Zojalyx. Thank you guys again so much, and I'll turn it back over to SpeedGaming here as we continue on with the rest of the marathon. Continue to donate and benefit No Kids Hungry. It's an amazing cause. So, yeah, continue to donate, guys. Have a good rest of your night.
Each day brings it closer to the fires of Mount Doom.
Thank you, Zojalyx, for the wonderful